What's going on, you guys? This is Real Vegas Junkeez, bringing you the people and the things that make Vegas move and work. I'm your host, Brandon from Vegas, and today we have a special guest. In fact, this man is probably going to be a longtime guest on the show. This is Andy, the owner of Nature's Chemistry, the single best cultivator in Las Vegas currently. What's going on, Andy?
How are you, Brandon?
I'm doing well, man. You know why you're an important guest to me, right?
Well, God bless.
You fit everything that I think this show should be about, man. You're a business owner, and most importantly, you're a Vegas local OG. Man, tell the folks how long you've been in Vegas.
I got here when I was 5.
5 years old.
Yeah.
5 years old. Where'd you come from?
By way of a little town outside of Cleveland. So I say Cleveland because people identify with Cleveland.
That's the reason you're a miserable ass Browns fan, right?
Hey, we're gonna do something this year. I got a feeling.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
But I said that last year too.
Right. Every year, Browns fans say the same shit, man.
Yeah.
So tell me, Andy, man, a lot of people think that cannabis owners, they stumble onto this something, or they're just like stoners who lucked into a company. What kind of businesses were you running before you took over Nature's Chemistry?
So, as you know, I was prior into real estate,
Yep.
like you. And then real estate afforded me going into different things. My family brought Subway to Las Vegas at an early age. 1984, my aunt and uncle brought the first Subway west of the Mississippi.
No way.
And they quickly grew that franchise to what it is today, quite frankly. They're still involved with it.
Okay.
And that kind of gave me the fortitude to say, you know what, I want to be more than just a realtor, you know. So I looked at different franchise opportunities, and one thing led to another. I ended up in Colorado. How I selected Colorado was that my aunt actually said, Andy, the best stores are in Colorado for Subway. So my franchise that I was going to start was called Subfresh, and it was a concept, and a lot of people remember Quiznos back in the day.
Yeah.
Was a concept of porta subs, in the fact that we sliced the meat, Subways, we baked the bread,
Yeah.
and then we tied in Quiznos because we could toast your sandwich.
Yeah.
And I tied in Capriotti's because if you wanted your sandwich griddled, by God, we would griddle it too. Thus born Subfresh.
Yeah.
Right? So early 2000, I moved to Colorado, and my wife ended up getting pregnant while I was in. She came out to visit me, got pregnant, and long story short, we ended up having a miscarriage, and she wasn't really feeling the move. So I met a gentleman who was my cousin, came from California. He was going to be my partner in Subfresh, and it was funny. The first day we got there in Colorado, we played softball that night on his buddy's softball team that I just met 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
Here's a glove. I'm in the outfield playing softball, right? So from day one, he starts making fun of us, saying, "Oh, you guys are gonna slave over a hot griddle and deal with stale bread and." You know, so
just general haterness.
Hater.
General haterness.
You know, and he's like, you should see what I'm doing. I'm in the video game space. I'm killing it. I'm printing money. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And we're like, yeah. We're going to be a conglomerate. We're going to be the next Subway, so on and so forth. And he's like, well, listen, just come see with your own eyes. So we went out. Saturday, we show up to his place. We go in there, and the store does, I think it did like $4,000 in one day, right? And the funny thing was, at the end of the day, everyone's gone. He goes, all of these transactions, these came in the door because you got to remember, buy, sell, trade.
Yeah.
His inventory literally walked through the front door.
People were, because they're bringing their old games to get in, right?
Exactly. So he turned around and goes, all this is off the books. I was like, so you made $300 today?
Yeah.
Wait, I count like 4,300. He goes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The government counts that too.
Exactly. So when I saw that, I said, well, wait a minute, maybe this is a fluke. And he goes, oh, you think this is a fluke? Tomorrow's my busiest day, which was a Sunday.
Yeah.
And his store was right next to a Best Buy. So He's like, come back tomorrow. You really see some numbers. So we went back the next day, and the same thing at the end of the day. And I think on a Sunday, he did like $7,000, right? And I'm talking, this is 2001.
Yeah. I think he got a few of my PlayStation games, man.
Guarantee you he did. Guarantee you did.
I gave him my $40 disc. He gave me $5 back. As a kid, I'm like, yo.
100%. So, you know, at the end of the Sunday, same story. He's like, well, all this was off the books. And I'm like, that's $5,000. What do you mean off the books?
Yeah.
He goes, well, you see it. It's all coming in. So we get to his house, and he goes, he pulls out this shoebox. I'm not kidding you, shoebox. It was more of a bigger box. And he opens it up. It's full of money. He goes, I don't even count it anymore.
God damn.
And I was like, maybe we don't want to deal with stale bread.
Right.
So, adios stale bread.
Right. I went from bread to making bread, you know?
Exactly. So then it morphed into, well, this is real interesting, and I'll tell you quickly. We said, okay, well, we're going to get a video game franchise. Mm-hmm. So the first thing we did the next morning was we woke up, we drove to Software, etc. Walked in, hey, where's the manager? Hey, hi, we want to buy a franchise. Who do we talk to? Oh, we don't franchise. We're corporately owned. Oh, okay. Thank you. So we walk down. You know, we're in the mall. Software, etc. So then we go to electronic boutique. Hey, hi. We want to get a franchise. No, we're corporately owned. We don't franchise. So then we go downstairs. Hey, hi, GameStop. Yeah, we want a franchise. We're corporately owned. We don't franchise. Wait a minute. What's going on here?
They weren't trying to let nobody.
They weren't trying to let nobody. Well, here's where it gets funny. They were. Every store, electronic boutique, Funko Land, Software, etc., GameStop, were all owned by Barnes & Noble.
Really?
Yes. So there was no video game franchise. So that's where we said, bing, 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 bing.
Right.
So we're going to start a video game franchise. So when we told Ron, hey, buddy, what you're doing, we're franchising that. And he's like, no. I don't want no part of that. He goes, I'm golfing 3 days a week. I'm printing money. He goes, you guys want to give me a bunch of headaches. I ain't trying to do it. Long story short, we sit down with him. He's like, okay, but I got to be president. I go, I'm not into titles. You can be whatever you want to be. But we're franchising this, right?
Right.
So the way the story goes, perception's reality, right? So I come back home. My cousin goes back to California. We each open stores. I opened my store with actually my partner now in Nature's Chemistry.
So you've been rolling loyalty for a long time.
Exactly. And it was actually on East Tropicana and Spencer.
Okay.
Called Play and Trade.
Okay.
And Ron opened a second store in Colorado. And Dennis went to Clovis, California and opened the first one. But now our marketing, get this, world's first video game franchise, now franchising, Nevada, Colorado, California. Meanwhile, we're one store.
Hey, but hey, it sounds like you're big, man. Come on.
It does. And then Ron's brother ends up opening up in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So then we're in North Carolina.
I'm cross country now.
Wait. So then Ron's brother's cousin wants one, and he opens up in Georgia.
Yeah.
So now bing, 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 bing. And we run the gauntlet, and we get the store. We get the franchise to like 14 stores.
Okay.
Right. We do the first. Who was it? I can't think of the gentleman's name now, but he puts on a Madden tournament.
Yeah.
$10,000 at Palace Station.
Damn.
We show up there. We're the sponsor of it, right? Meanwhile, we got 3 little stores that are struggling, trying to stay afloat.
Sure.
Give away $10,000 to a Madden. 300 people registered. It went down to the wire. A guy I still remember. His screen name was Alcoholic. He wins the tournament, right? But we get a franchisee out of there.
Yeah.
Who wants to open up in Montclair, California. Guy named Mike Henry, who I'm still in touch with, still friends with. Long story short, we get to 14 stores. We're fizzling out. We're not doing so good. We don't have the branding, the support like GameStop and all these places behind us.
Yeah.
Well, then a company comes along who's Yakety Yak Wireless, who has 70 stores in California and says, hey, we'll take you guys over. We'll give you $1 million and we'll guarantee you $1 million in revenue in the first year. Meanwhile, we're ready to close the doors.
Yeah. You said $1 million?
deal, done deal, done deal.
Signed.
You know what I mean? We're on the other like,
Sign the paperwork.
sign the deal, sign the deal.
Send the DocuSign.
Exactly. So they ended up taking it and running with it. They ran it to 246 stores. And then 2007, 2008 hit. It really crushed it. I mean, it went down to like 90 stores. People were closing their stores, and things were really, really bad for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
GameStop took over just by being able to like withstand.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Just being able to be the last man standing.
Yes. And they're struggling now because the model's changed.
Sure. I can buy games online.
That's right. Nobody's going in the store. Only thing you're really doing is buying hardware.
Yeah.
So, that led into that, and one thing led to another, and I got into construction. It's because that was going down nowhere fast. So I got in. I was an environmental contractor here in town for 10 years, all along doing real estate, flipping homes, and being aggressive with real estate, but also it allowed me to do other things. And then one day I get a call from my dear friend he's actually a plumbing contractor, and says, "Hey, I just heard on the news that cannabis is coming to Nevada." Like, really? Okay, well, how does that work? He goes, well, it's going to be medical. He's like, my friend is running a dispensary in Woodland Hills, California. And he goes, you're welcome to call him and talk to him. But I think definitely this is something you want to look at.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was just a consumer. I was just smoking.
Oh, so you were already consuming.
I was already consuming. You know what I mean?
Do you remember the first time you smoked?
I do.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a memory every weed smoker has in their pocket.
Can
right?
I tell you why? Because we smoked for the first time. I think I was like 15 years old.
Okay.
We smoked out of a wooden hand-carved coffin.
Stop.
that old girl made.
Stop.
I swear. And I remember them handing me the coffin, and you had to hit the coffin. It was some, Chaparral days, Chaparral alumni,
Come on, all day.
And then the funny thing is, I'll never forget, Lisa hands me the coffin. The next, I take my hit, I cough a lung up, hand it to the next gentleman who's actually the lieutenant of SWAT in North Las Vegas right now.
I hope he hears this right now. This Vegas, I'm telling you, the Vegas connections run strong. Do they not?
It does. It truly
do they not?
It truly does.
Man. So what came up with Nature's Chemistry? How did that come about? The name, the brand.
So you're gonna love this. So Jason and I, we go to
your partner at
Nature's Chemistry. Okay. Jason, and let me back up just a second on Jason. So Jason is our head grower, and he's been our head grower from day one. He's a green thumb guy. He cares about like house plants. You go to his house, he's got plants growing.
Sure.
I mean, he's just a green thumb guy, and he understands it. And so Jason and I, we go down to Woodland Hills, and we go in. We're going to see Eli, this gentleman in Woodland Hills, right? And we go in, and we walk in, and this is back well before any type of legalization, anything. They're just doing what's considered donating of taxes.
Okay.
So
donation.
Donation. Yeah. Meanwhile, his dispensary's doing like $70,000 a day.
Oh, it was crazy.
It was
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we walk in, and there's literally people playing Xbox. There's pool tables. And what we're trying to do now with consumption lounges, they were doing that in 2014 in California.
100%.
Right? So we go in there, and there's a big wall, and it's a glass wall, right? And it just looks like a mirror, right? And we're saying, we're here to see Eli. And I guess we look like a couple of cops or something.
I could definitely see it.
So the bar bud tender, right? You guys want to smoke? No, we're here to see Eli. We're just going to chill. He goes, oh, well, he's not here. He goes, he'll be here. So I'm texting him. He's not answering. We're supposed to meet at 11 o'clock. We're looking at the watch. It's 11:30.
Now he's paranoid.
Well, so now what's going on? Where's this? Jason's. Where's your guy? Well, where's my guy? I don't. So we go. 12 o'clock. Still no Eli. 12:30. Let's leave. Yeah. Let's get out of here. What are we doing here? 1 o'clock. We're still sitting there. Now we're getting pissed, right? All of a sudden, out of this back door, here comes this big KGB looking. You here to see Eli? Yeah, we're here to see Eli. Come with me. And we go in this back room, right? And it's set up just like kind of like here. Only this is a couch. And on the table is piles of turkey bag, pounds and pounds of weed, right? Eli and old boy has been sitting here the whole time watching us.
He's on.
Because you can see the whole room through the mirror, right?
Yeah.
He picks up a turkey bag, KGB, throws the bag at me. Boom. What do you know about marijuana? How much time you did? And I'm like, whoa. Jason's looking at me like, let's get the
Fuck out. Yeah,
let's beat it.
We walked to some gangster shit.
So, long story short, we're still in contact with Eli.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever you guys do, go for it. Apply, try to get legal as best you can.
Yeah.
And so we did. We left there. We left that meeting, scared shitless, but we left. And we decided, let's put our foot in the ring. So Jason, his brother, who's, I like to say Ari's like the CEO of the company.
Yeah.
He handles the books and taxation and the state and everything.
All the behind the scenes,
Almost
like a high end TA, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And then my childhood friend since 5 years old, Alex. He's actually. So I have 3 partners. I have Jason, Ari, and Alex, and then we have 4 mezzanine investors, silent investors. We ran out of money. We built our building from the ground up, and we ran out of money, so we had to go to the street and raise capital and give up some interest to some people. And
I feel like a lot of cannabis companies kind of went through that.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And the builder really bent us over. We bought the land, and then we had the plans to build the building, and that was its own fiasco, let me tell you.
Getting anything off the ground in Las Vegas had its own special challenges, right? Especially compared to California, where they could just pop up a store like that.
Unbelievable. And then to know that the builder actually, we had the building standing, only to find out he never pulled a permit.
Oh, shit.
I'm not kidding you.
So you guys, that has to be the biggest anxiety attack, right?
Listen, we got a building up. We got a 25,000 square foot building. The frame is up, and we don't even have a permit. So he turns around and goes, "Oh, it's better to get started and ask for forgiveness. Otherwise, if we would still be waiting on the permit." It worked out in our favor.
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah.
And so lo and behold, we finally get the permit, and we get back going. We finally get the building done. I think it was like April of 16, right? And then, we hit the ground running. We just, knew that we had to create fire, had to grow good cannabis. And
I was there with you I worked at Jenny's North.
Yep.
Jenny's Dispensary North. Shout out to Jenny's at the time, right? And we were still, it was right when it's still medical. So this was brand new, right?
Correct.
And I remember the day it went legal, and I got to try your product for the first time because I didn't have my medical card at the time. And I swear to God, that's the highest I've been in my entire life ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, at the end of the day, we still look at it and view it as medicine.
Sure.
A lot of people, they use it for whatever their reason is.
Yeah.
Whether you can't sleep, whether you have anxiety, whether you need to relax. I don't care what it is. It's medicine.
And that's why it's nature's chemistry.
And we treat it as medicine.
100%. I know people who can't sleep, and they've tried all the pills, and those things make them wonked out, and the cannabis does the same job without any of the effects.
And now that we're into this, and we're in year 7, going into year 8,
Yeah.
We've learned so much.
Yeah.
We toured grows early on. We didn't have any commercial experience, if you will. We only had the desire to learn and the attitude to never give up.
Sure.
Which is something I want to mention because this is very important. When we came back from Woodland Hills and we decided, we're going to try to get into this industry, and we're going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to actually go after this. we feel that we deserve a chance. Two of us graduated from Chaparral High School. Two of us graduated from Valley High School.
Okay. OG Vegas schools, by the way, if y'all don't know.
OG
If
Vegas,
y'all don't know,
right?
yeah.
And, two of us graduated from UNLV. So we said, you know what? We deserve a chance. Why don't we deserve a chance?
Sure.
But every symposium, every meeting that we attended with the state or the city, the president of this would come down, or the supervisor from the county, or we would sit in the front. We'd ask questions. We wanted to get into this industry, and everyone bashed us. Everyone was like, "You guys don't know anybody. You have no juice. You guys don't deserve to get into this business. Who are you guys?"
People think that the cannabis game is like this friendly flower power shit. It is not.
It was really rough, and I mean, people literally told us, "Listen, you guys got no chance. You guys shouldn't even be here," and rightfully so, maybe. You know what I mean? Because Gary Prim, the Marnell family, all these high-powered, the Fertitas, all these people were
Real
going
players,
right? People that had millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
We scraped our pennies together to even be able to apply, right? And the day came, and lo and behold, we made our pitch to the panel, and we ended up getting approved. We ended up saying, let's put our best foot forward, go after one license.
Yeah.
And if you don't have flower, well, you don't have anything. So we went after a cultivation license, right? Lo and behold, here we are, fast forward 8 years later. We're growing some of the best cannabis in the state. And, a lot of people don't know this. Nature's Chemistry also stands for no chance. Because
that's what they said you had.
No,
that
but
Vegas mentality. Vegas didn't raise no quitters. I tell people that,
that's
man.
right.
I tell people that.
NC means no chance
No
in our
chance.
mind, buddy.
I like that.
So
you do go variety of strains, as you were talking about. Now, I know what you're going to say, right? You're going to say they're all great. Do you have a personal favorite?
I really do. And I have to tell you, we've of late developed some new genetics that I'm really fond of.
You want to drop them on the show?
I mean, they're there. The Cosmic is just absolutely a killer. It's
out of this world,
really,
huh?
It's out of this world. The garlic cookie wasn't one of the original strains that we started with, and it's just.
I got that in a pen today.
Yeah.
My boy.
Let me tell you.
My boy.
She
The
is
terps?
powerful. The municipal things that it does for people.
Yeah.
I hear all the time, it helps my fibromyalgia, my stress, just the whole different elements of people that have problems with.
It's because you studied and you know your terps.
Yeah.
And you guys grow as medicine, right?
Absolutely.
So, is that something, and I've always wanted to ask cultivators this, is this like the terpenes, is that something you focus on when you're coming up with a new strain or when you're going through genetics? Is that something you're hunting down?
So, for us personally, it is. The public, unfortunately, they're not big on terps yet.
What do they care
They're
about?
learning. They care about one thing, THC.
So, okay.
THC.
Okay.
And I always say the public's got THC-itis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which THC is important to a lot of people, but the terpenes are really what make the high what it is.
Yeah. To make a real estate reference, it's like buying a really nice house in a really bad neighborhood.
Right.
Right? It's not going to last.
I'm big on myrcene. I like to relax.
Yeah.
I like what it does for me.
Yeah.
Carophyllene. I really like the myrcene combination with Caro.
The first time I had a myrcene carophyllene and high amounts over 10 milligrams.
Yep.
And for the first time in like 10 years, my back wasn't on fire.
Yes.
My back wasn't burning up. And
Correct.
I actually slept for once. And I said,
Correct.
oh my God, this is medicine.
You bet. You bet. So, I mean, Blue Hash is one of my all-time favorites that we grow.
Heavy myrcene.
Heavy myrcene. Heavy myrcene. Matter of fact, that's, what a lot of people go for because of the myrcene.
Yeah. One of the big things I wanted to have you on for wasn't just because you have an interesting story. People, man, we don't even have time to dive into the half of your life and where you've been. But you're like me. You're big on giving back to the Vegas community. You take this
100%.
as a serious thing. So
You bet.
can you tell some people some of the charities you have coming up?
Yeah, definitely. Matter of fact, July 1st, we launched for 4th of July our give back to the Wounded Warrior Project.
There we go.
We had a goal, and we hit our goal.
Yeah.
We wanted to raise $10,000. So what we did was we gave back $1 on every pre-roll and every eighth that was sold under the Wounded Warrior program.
There you go.
So it was looking early on like we might not get to that mark.
Yeah.
We were like stuck at like 8,300, and then lo and behold, some of our vendor partners, our retail partners, came through and gobbled up the rest of it.
That's beautiful.
And we hit our number.
Is there any specific vendor that stood out during this? Was everybody kind of on equal footing?
Everybody's on equal footing.
Okay.
One thing that we're blessed, I handle the field, if you will, the interaction with the dispensaries and the purchasing managers and whatnot. That's my role in the company.
Yeah.
I handle the sales and marketing and whatnot. We're blessed to have really good trade partners.
Yeah.
If we're in business with them, in my opinion, we look at things differently. They're our customer.
Yeah.
Okay. The patient is the dispensary's customer.
Yeah.
It's not the other way around.
100%.
You know what I mean? Now, we stand 100% behind the dispensary to our product, to the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
If there's ever a challenge or they ever feel like they didn't get what they paid for, we're laid down.
Sure. But you're local. You're accountable.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. The only thing that matters to us is the patient experience.
Yeah.
I want them to get their money's worth.
And this current role that you have, where you're in charge of ensuring patients get the proper experience, speaking to everybody in the city knows you. Literally, everybody in the industry knows you. Is this a role you had carved out from the beginning, or is this something that's evolved over time?
No, it's definitely evolved. I've always been a big people person, being real estate background.
Yeah.
You have to be. But I like people.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me.
Anybody who's ever met you can understand that, man.
It's and I tell my two boys all the time, it's real simple formula. Just treat people how you like to be treated.
Treat me when I'm treated.
The golden rule.
Yeah.
We've gone away from that, and we need to get back to that, and it would do this country a lot of good.
I agree with that, man.
Yeah.
As someone who you'd like to give back to the community, you're notorious. People, if you don't know this in the industry, no one does better deals and promos than Nature's Chemistry. And coming up right now, right? We got a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So let me hit.
Definitely.
We can't name them all, but there's a lot of stuff coming up, right?
Yep.
So we got at Thrive, buy one get one.
Yep.
Coming up on pre-rolls, or is it pre-rolls and eighths?
Eighths and pre-rolls.
Eighths
No,
and-
no, just eighths.
Just eighths, okay. Then Hardin,
That drops to them on Monday, so you probably won't see that at Thrive until probably Wednesday. I would say Wednesday, Thursday.
Thursday at Thrive, okay.
Yep.
Hardin, we have a pop-up from 4 to 7
Tomorrow,
and
that's going with a BOGO eighth on that.
Yep.
And then also buy 2 pre-rolls, get 1 free.
Forget, man, if you get that BOGO on the 8th, trust me, your week is satisfied for sure. And then Deep Roots, you have coming up on Monday, you got a fresh drop coming.
Deep Roots, they get a fresh drop, and they're going to have promo. I don't know what they're going to structure on that yet.
Okay.
But they have a bunch of promo stuff coming. Another great trade partner.
Yes, sir. One of Cannabis' favorite dispensaries, Shango.
Yep.
You guys always do something.
Shango, they're always running promos, trying to give back to the community.
Yeah.
Good people over there.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree. You two are two of my favorite people in the industry, honestly. Hey, Andy, before we get you out of here, because I appreciate you giving us 30 minutes, we want to hit you with some rapid fire Vegas questions. You up for it?
God bless.
All right, let's get it. All right, here we go, Andy. Here we go. Rapid fire.
Okay.
What's the best casino in Las Vegas for locals?
Green Valley Ranch.
Facts. Glenn Lerner or Ed Bernstein?
Glenn Lerner.
Glenn Lerner, okay. Where's the best place to get high and eat in Vegas?
A what?
Where's the best place to get high and eat in Vegas?
My house.
Fact. I thought you were going to say China Mama.
China Mama's right there.
China Mama.
For sure.
Have you been to the Sphere? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
I want to go.
A little too much traffic? Are you going to go for opening night?
So of all the people, I mean, I'm a U2 fan. I really want to see somebody better there.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
And number 5, what is your favorite dessert in Vegas?
Ooh, the Mac cookie from
The
Johnny
Mac
Mac's.
cookie from Johnny Mac's, my man. That is definitely high on my list.
Yes.
But I got one of my tops here, and I want you to try it before you
okay.
get out of here. Okay.
Okay.
This is called Sin City Cheesecakes, right?
Oh,
You know
my
I'm Vegas,
goodness.
right? So they got, I don't know if the camera can see it, but they got a key lime pie,
Ooh.
a cookie butter, a turtle with like chocolate and caramel, and an apple cinnamon cheesecake.
Oh my
Is there a
God.
specific one that you would like? I just want you to take one bite with this fork.
I'm going with the apple cinnamon.
Let's go, my
cheesecake.
guy. Put a fork in there.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think.
Get rid of this gum here. Stick it there.
Yeah, for safekeeping.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Come on, baby.
Are you kidding me?
Tell me the truth.
Are you serious right now?
Come on. It's boy, come on. And it's perfect little bite sizes, right? Because if you get one big cupcake, you might get sick of that one flavor. But
That's
that's
unbelievable.
unreal, right?
That is unreal.
It's like the best of an apple pie with the
going
best of
back.
it.
You said only one, but
Oh, bro, it's all for you,
I'm
my
sorry,
guy.
I'm getting
It's all
another-
for you. Hey, Andy, I'm glad you came here and smashed some desserts with us, man. Thank you guys for joining us here at Real Vegas Junkeez. This was fun, man. And to catch more of us, Travis, where can they catch Real Vegas Junkeez?
They can catch Real Vegas Junkeez at Real Vegas Junkeez on Instagram, on YouTube at Real Vegas Junkeez, and on all podcast platforms at
On
Real
all
Vegas
podcast
Junkeez.
platforms. Damn, you guys are amazing people, man.
Hey man, shout out to Sticky Paws.
Andy, it's been a pleasure. Tell them how they find you. What's the website?
Nature's Chemistry, NV.com.
Nature Chemistry. And I'm Brandon from Vegas. You honestly, if you just go to Google nowadays and type in Brandon from Vegas, all the stuff pops up. Make sure you can catch us on Real Vegas Junkeez, our real estate podcast, Won't You Be My Neighbor. As always, thank you to Sticky Paw
Big
Studios.
shout out to who's
Sin City
this?
Cheesecake.
Sin City
Come
Cheesecake.
on,
They
baby.
got it going on.
Come on.
This is ridiculous. This is out of bounds here, buddy.
We love you, Vegas. Thank you.
Guy Fieri, this is out of bounds here, buddy.